Welcome back to Optimize Health, where we're making easy, healthy, and delicious meals. Today, we're going to talk about a really important topic we've been meaning to circle back to after gaining more insight, thanks mostly to Kate Shanahan, who has put out a new book called Dark Calories. She's talking about seed oils, and I think the most important things to note here are some key statistics where she mentions that a study was showing comparison of the toxins in a cigarette to a single French fry. I mean, that they're like comparable, that's crazy and really frightening to think that a single French fry could be just as damaging as a cigarette. And the other thing is that seed oils and the toxic components that are in them can last in our body about 680 days. So if you do the math very roughly, it's almost 2 years. And that's just, I can't imagine that. I mean, if you eat any normal food, your body is able to process it and use it or get rid of it within hours to a day, the whole gut cycle. So seed oils are bad, and they're bad because when they're processed, they use a lot of toxic chemicals, and you should talk to your doctor, healthcare provider, or veterinarian to see if any of these recipes, suggestions, or contents of these videos are right for you. Nothing contained in these videos are intended to be taken as medical advice. Use at your own risk. And these toxic components of processing the body can't use or eliminate. This is going to cause our body to have to address them like some sort of poison, and our body's going to use antioxidants to do that. We make a lot of antioxidants intrinsically in our body, but not enough to be dealing with seed oils, be dealing with air pollution, water pollution, other unhealthy foods, lack of sleep, light pollution, and having light at nighttime and not sleeping in a dark setting. There's so many things that we're already struggling with. We don't need the seed oils and 680 days of toxicity to be adding to that. So this is really significant, guys. So instead of having all the normal antioxidant capacity that we need for everything else, our body has to allocate it to these seed oils. So is it any surprise why there is an increase in cancer among younger and younger people in their 20s and 30s, coming up with cancers that normally in the past it would only be seen in people in their 60s and 70s? I don't think it's a surprise. I don't think it's a surprise that we see an increase in autoimmune and metabolic disease either, because not only do seed oils require increased antioxidants to try to neutralize them, but they also cripple our metabolism and they cripple our mitochondria. They decimate our ability to burn stored fat. And what that means, and what that would mean in light of the GLP-1 type of medications that people are gravitating toward now, is that the metabolic devastation of not being able to transition from burning carbs to burning fat means that your body and your mind are living from meal and snack to meal and snack. It's like living from paycheck to paycheck. Well, you're living from meal to meal, or whatever you can put in your face, because you're dependent on the easily accessible energy instead of just, as a healthy organism, any other animal that would need to hibernate for, some weeks or months. We are capable of that in a healthy state, but many people can't even go 3 or 4 hours between meals. That's not normal, folks. It's not. And that's because the toxic seed oils are crippling our ability to burn those stored energy components like the fats and glycogen that we all have plenty of and weeks worth of. And so this is important with GLP-1 in mind, because this GLP-1 medication is going to help people reduce their appetite, and it's going to help them naturally suppress some of the urges to go eat more carbs and just more calories in general. And it's going to help their gut microbiome to adjust to having just a better profile, less food, less sugar and carbs. There will be improvements, and it will be helping people. But I think it's important to understand why so many people are needing it. And it could be because of the toxic seed oils in all of our food. So what can you do about this? Well, I've mentioned with the fasting or not being able, to go more than a few hours between meals. If we do that, and if we expand on some of these benefits that the GLP-1 drugs would offer, but we can do it naturally, where we are increasing our GLP-1 naturally by increasing our fiber intake. We're going to increase our the plants that we eat, so that's also increasing fiber, but some of these components in vegetables can help with not only feeling satisfied, but feeding the microbiome what it needs, and then it's going to give you what you need, which is it creates GLP-1. And we also want to eat healthy fats, because healthy fats will be converted into the short-chain fatty acids in the gut, which help to heal and repair the gut, and any of this kind of damage from, poor food intake prior, it's going to help heal that gut over. And also it helps feed good bacteria and our gut cells, which then are really critical for impacting our neurotransmitters, right? So most of our neurotransmitters are in our gut, and then they go to our brain and help us have a good mood. When we have bad bacteria and when we don't have the proper foods and the proper symbiosis with our gut, we are not going to have good mood. And we're going to be reaching for that next sugary or carb-laden snack to get the dopamine rush. So this microbiome health is really key to helping turn off all of that sort of craving side of things as well. And you can do this with the fasting, slowly getting into it. If you're new, make sure you're staying hydrated. Make sure you check out some of our other videos on how to incorporate fasting into a lifestyle. And just start slow, and just start with no snacks after dinner. Cut dinner off early. No desserts or snacks all the way until breakfast. And what you would do is every day, if your breakfast time is usually 7 a.m., try to push it till 7:30 the next day. Try to push it till 8 a.m. the next day. And then by the next week, you will be eating breakfast at noon. And that's really going to help if you're able to get into some of the fasting more regularly, and you get a lot of other benefits from that, which it's not really good for this video, but we'll definitely make sure we have a video on that for you guys. So I hope you guys will get a lot out of this. Check out this book, The Dark Calories by Kat Shanahan, and we'll put the link below for you. And I hope that you'll let us know what you think, and definitely want to hear more suggestions and requests for topics. Thank you guys so much. Please like, share, and subscribe.